Right, people, so you see the new thing, this digital ID they're trying to roll out across the UK, and lo and behold, the Irish government slips in on the tails on the back end of that and says they're going to introduce a form of digital ID here that covers driver's license and health insurance, or something to do with health services, right? So, and it's not yet clear if it'll be made mandatory or compulsory, right? But in the UK they're telling you straight up it's going to be made mandatory to stop the, I'm going to put this without the video getting not posted, right? To stop the rise in population. That's how we'll word it, right? To stop the rise in population, so we can digitally track everyone. And first off, the playbook for these people is create the problem, hand out a solution, and the solution is never their version of the solution is never the answer. It's just smoke and mirrors, right? It's a fugazi. It's tricking the population. Remember the last time they had the solution, and it came in the form of a shot, and it came out then 6, 7, 8 years later, 6, 7 years later, 8 years later, that left people worse off. You know, people that received that miracle cure went on to get aggressive types of sicknesses, aggressive cancers, aggressive clotting, strokes, heart attacks, and then they don't speak about that. You know, they pull the wool over them people's eyes, and I feel sorry for them people that accepted their miracle cure, right? Because they were left a lot worse off than they would have been if they just staunched it out like the rest of us, right? So they were peer pressured into it. Your job, your travel. It was a control tactic. It was a tool to use to control. It was an experiment to see who would fall in line and what they could get away with before there was uproars and people took to the streets, stopped wearing their masks, didn't listen to the lies and the propaganda they were being told. And then after a couple of years of lockdown, all of a sudden, oh look, it's good to go again. Now, the same people that put you through that, keep in mind, rise the population and introduce people into the environment, the economy, that have no miracle cure jabbed into them. They created the COVID, and now they came out with the solution, right? The solution, and I use the word solution loosely. And they came up with the solution, which everyone that accepted the solution was left a lot less better off than they would have been if they didn't accept it, right? Health-wise, you can't put a price on your health. And people that kept their jobs, a large percentage of them aren't even around today to work a job because they're gone, they passed on. You understand? And now they're after creating this problem, the rise in population. That's the way we're going to say this so the video don't get took down. And the solution is digital ID, they reckon. No, it's just another, like the miracle cure. It was a control tactic. This is just another control tactic to see how many, and no doubt the same people that accepted the miracle cure, that were easily manipulated and brainwashed and easily led, are going to look down on all of us that refuse it. The same as they did when we refused the miracle cure, right? So beware, people. It has to get worse before it gets better. But I'd advise anyone to not comply with this. This is just another tool for control, to track, limit, control financial, physical, travel restrictions will come into play again, carbon emission taxes, all this stuff, carbon limits and all this stuff, for what you can eat, where you can go, tracked 24/7, cashless society. That's all in the post, like complete control of people, you know. And we're not mad, we're not conspiracy this or conspiracy that. That's a label thrown on people that hit the nerve and get too close to what's really happening. They smear, slander and try to make little of people that don't fall in line with them. So just keep that in mind. We're just pawns in these people's games, and the end goal is complete control. Remember that. Go on, have a nice day, people. It's some day out. Just after dropping the child off to school, have a cup of coffee down by the river, a little walk. The mind starts thinking, starts putting things together, and it's not madness. It's fact, and it'll play out the way it plays out. But no doubt the ones that accepted blindly to everything else will accept this blindly, and they will regret it in the future. Because look at the people that accepted the last thing blindly. They're either not here with us or are greatly regretting their decision. Have a good day.